So although we did get an announcement for this a while back saying early June we're gonna get an update for Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, I didn't expect it to happen so late last night out of nowhere. And honestly, I'm loving where it's going so far. All we got was an announcement of new characters. And the main reason I have high hopes for the series is because it's also done by the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross team, and the Union Cross story is already fire. Y'all know I love me some Union Cross by now. Come on, man. Now the next update is gonna be on June 10th. So hey, be here on this channel when I make a new video talking about what I think is going to come from this batch of new characters and more information on them on the 10th. So we were told that Ericus wasn't Xehanort's only friend on his journey. We got introduced to these new 4 characters: Vor, Hermod, Bragi, and Erd. I'm trying to pronounce those as best as possible, the way I think Kingdom Hearts will pronounce them. Honestly, I gotta say, I love each and every one of their character designs, but Erd's probably my favorite of the 4, to be honest with you. And briefly analyzing them, there were some things that I were able to pick up and find out about these characters. And also what I'm just theorizing about them, of course. Y'all know what time it is. Off the bat, you know we have to figure out the meaning behind their names, as we do with everyone else in this series that we like. And every single one of these actually comes from Norse mythology, which is interesting. Starting with Vor, in Norse mythology, Vor was the goddess of hidden wisdom, and the name itself actually means aware or knowledge out of darkness. And in Old Norse mythology, it could also be known as the careful one or careful in general. Now, of course, I don't want to try to make a parallel to who we know so far as this could be. First, you got to establish whether you think they're alive or not. At this point, I'm not sure, but I think she could be. But it would have to be a character we know of, but we don't know the name of. So honestly, one of the first things I thought about was, who could this woman be tied to our time? But that also will be someone more of elderly, how Xehanort was in Birth by Sleep and Ericus was, even though Ericus aged great while Xehanort aged like crap. And you know, one person that I thought of was Kyrie's grandmother. And I know Kyrie's grandmother has gotta be someone important. So many theories have thought about, oh, she's gotta be Ava, or she had to have been a dandelion or something. But we don't exactly know what Dark Road could entail, so maybe Vor also finds out things that happen in the Union Cross time from her master. So maybe she does have knowledge of that world, because that story was passed down through the generations. And my thought was Kyrie's grandmother. Like I said, Kyrie's grandmother seemed wise. Diligently in her old age, she was still passing down the story of the Union leaders. And of course, if you want to try to get deep, they both have the same eye color, but not the same shade. They both have blue eyes, but Kyrie's grandmother can have dark blue eyes, while Vor has light blue eyes. But also, I know people's eye color changes as they age, whether in real life or in Kingdom Hearts for special reasons. But honestly, she probably has the most I'm thinking of going on right now, to be honest with you. Like I said, we just got the character's name and their designs. That's all we have to work with for right now until the 10th. Next is Hermod, who, like I said before, also comes up in Norse mythology. But in that, coming up as Hermod the Brave, who was a war spirit. Now, based off Hermod's design, his seems like the top ranking one, I guess you could say. Whether he's the eldest, whether he's the most ambitious, but his character design just gives off a strong aura, you know? Diligence, strength, ambition, all of that. That's the vibe I get from him. Honestly, I'm getting mad vibes that he does not survive this at the very end. That's what I'm predicting. I don't know how or in what way, but I feel like based on the vibe I'm getting from him, even though that's who he is, something's gonna happen to him. And next, moving on to probably my second favorite character design of all of them, Bragi, whose name is similar to Brag, but I really don't think that's much of a significance since this is already a name that's based around Norse mythology. So I just think that's coincidence. And in Norse mythology, the name means poet, and it's also derived from the word for poet, which is bragger. Don't worry, I'll put the spelling on screen for y'all. I got you. And Bragi was someone who is not to be messed with so lightly. He was the skaldic poet of Aesir and known for fluency of speech and skill with words in any way, shape, or form. And honestly, I don't have much to go off for him either, but if I had to say anything, it would be maybe he's an ancestor of Lee. I mean, they both have the fiery red hair, but the only real difference is the eye color, whereas maybe Lee gets his eye color from his mother and gets the hair color from Bragi. Remember, I'm just theorizing and predicting, no matter how crazy it may be. Hey, I like to leave all doors open so that once we get more info, we can narrow it down, and maybe I can shoot my shot, and if I hit that 3-pointer, hey, we in there. But it's true, Bragi does seem like the more laid back, chill, down to earth type of person who's also a smooth talker, which does kind of coincide with his Norse mythology counterpart, who is fluent in speech and skillful with words more than ordinary. Now to my favorite of all these 4 is Erd, whose name means fate. And in Norse mythology, Erd is one of the Norns, along with Verdandi and Skuld, who are the 3 that decide the fates of man, which is very, very big. Do we know why it's big yet? Not yet, but we do know that Scold is definitely most likely Project X, so Scold is still alive, so maybe Erd is still alive as well somewhere. We don't know who or how, but hey, we gotta make sure we keep Erd in mind. And also, I gotta mention her eye color. Her eyes are yellow. Now, I'm not gonna say anything yet, but I'm saying like Bragi has orange eyes, but it's not the same. Her eye color is unmistakably yellow. And this is where I'm going to be starting to throw in more of the ideas, just throwing out the ideas that I have in my train of thought right now. I don't care how right it is. I don't care how wrong it is. I just want to share my ideas with you guys because, hey, I like having fun with this and being natural about it. And you guys can share your thoughts as well. That's what we do here. Now, does she have ties with Xehanort as far as the eyes go? I'm not sure, but as far as Xehanort's whole yellow eye thing, when people gained yellow eyes, it was from when Xehanort was putting his essence into other people. So when someone did have his essence inside of him, they were kind of being controlled or had his influence with them as well. Point being, Xehanort didn't originally have yellow eye. So based off previous assumptions, that means someone else put their essence inside of Xehanort and that causes change? Or maybe Erd had similar ambitions as Xehanort did, because we know Xehanort already did have an alliance with the Master of Masters and an obsession or an interest in the darkness. But even as shown in Kingdom Hearts Remind, he didn't have the yellow eyes even right before he took the Mark of Mastery test. So at what point in his life did he gain the yellow eyes and how? So did Erd offer herself to Xehanort for a mutual understanding? Maybe it started off as romantic for her and just duty for Xehanort? I don't know. Or maybe she was the one that coerced him to do it. Who knows? And my last thought is, Lucio stated he went from vessel to vessel as he traveled through time. Could he use one of these 4 people at some point? More likely only one, because they're all kind of around the same age, with kind of the exception of Vor. Even though she just looks younger, I'm still pretty sure she is around the same age as the rest of them. So I wonder if Lucio took part and took one of their bodies and masqueraded as them so he can keep a close eye on Xehanort as well by the point in time to where that Keyblade was among their cells, because we know they used to keep that Keyblade, the no-name Keyblade, hanging up in their little study hall area. But honestly, this video turned out way longer than I intended it to be, but that's pretty much me just introducing you guys to the characters, talking about them, what I think about them, little details that I found out, and just my train of thought. I don't care how wrong, I don't care how right now. I'm just throwing out ideas. I want you guys to get interested and get in the discussion too. Go in the comments, tell me what you think, who you like the most, favorite character design, least favorite character design, what you think, who's connected to who, who's not connected to who, anything. Any and all comments are welcome in the description. I mean, not in the description, in the comment section below. Start the conversation, not just with me, but with everyone else. And see you guys on June 10th. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you on June 10th when we get an update. Subscribe to the channel for the content like this and much more. And hey, hit that like button if you like my ideas. Big or strong, wrong or right. We in there. See you guys.